Hi, my name's Tim. I'm living with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, a disease that's impossible to pronounce.
We recorded our album in 3 or 4 different parts with Snooze at his house up in Pilot Mountain.
We approached the recording in a way that was so laid back, and we would say, oh, we have 2 songs. And because of Tim's situation, there was a sense of urgency, but it also was like, well, let's just try to get this documented. And it wasn't like, we didn't really know we were making an album when we were doing it. We just said, well, we have these 2 songs, let's run out Snoozes and do them. Because it's such a smooth process with him, and he totally got what we were trying to do.
When they first started recording here, Tim had just been diagnosed. And so we were seeing very few effects as he was here, recording.
Right as we started the recording in the summer, my right arm started to twitch, which generally means that it's on its way out.
The last session that we were recording in, Tim knew that he was really quickly losing his ability to play the bass at all. And he had called me up and said, we have to get in and we have to record these 4 songs now. He said, he said, I may not be able to play the bass tomorrow.
He was really worried that they weren't going to be able to finish recording. His hand was going, he couldn't pick anymore.
It was pretty clear that that was going to be my final recording session, at least as a bass player. I tried not to dwell on that at the time. It was definitely different playing with the pick for those last 4 songs.
We get everything ready and we set him up in this chair, actually, and we put the bass in his lap, and he's sitting there with the bass around him, and his arm is so limp, it's just lying against the bass. There's just no motion in his hand at all. And he tells me, when you start the tape, I'm only going to be able to do 1 take of each of these songs.
Essentially, I had to nail each song in a take or 2, or else I risked not being able to record it at all.
And I watched his completely lifeless arm raise up and pinch that pick and start pounding that bass just like I'd always seen him pound it for the last couple of years. I mean, it was just like something else had taken his arm and just allowed this to happen. I mean, it was quite amazing. I did not think he was going to be able to do it.
I did pretty good. I did pretty good. For the most part, I'm a one-take wonder, I'd like to think.
It's really hard to lose a talent like that, and especially to witness that talent in its final breath.
That day we went out and recorded, Tim was so happy that we got that line down. And he said to me, he goes, this is like the best I ever played.
And I'm just really honored that I was even present in the room to witness something like that, much less, be the man in charge of pushing the buttons.
Yeah, the CD came out so much grander than I expected it. It still baffles my mind that we did it in Snooze's living room. It just sounds much bigger and much more cohesive than that.
And I think that's why our record's so good. I think it comes from this really relaxed, pure place because of the circumstances. And Snooze is certainly no small part of that. I mean, his attitude is just perfect.
I think as a body of work, it's what I'm most proud of. I just think it flows really nice. I really like playing music with these guys, and I think coming from no songs to having a record done in less than a year is I think pretty impressive for most bands, but we did a really damn good record.
The Decoration Goes CD's awesome, and I'm honored to be a part of it.
frankly, it fucking sucks that he can't play. He can't play bass like he used to.
Scott came to me and asked if I'd like to fill in as Tim was less able to play, and I was eager to do it. I mean, it's a tough thing to be eager about, but I was as eager about it as you can be considering the situation.
It's odd to kind of live in that gray area where you know at some point in time you're gonna permanently take the place of someone, and in between there it's kind of we're just kind of switching off.
I've tried to just take it easy and just be in the band. But at the same time, there's always this component of really wanting to do this right for Tim.
I hope he feels the freedom to, you know, take the parts and make them his own, and you know, work himself into the band very organically. And thus far, I think it's happened really organically, even with the odd, you know, circumstances surrounding it.
What a shitty thing to have to do to a musician. This disease just, you know, robbed him of one of his greatest passions and something he was so talented at and really loved to do. He really loves to play.
I don't think it has to mean he can't create anymore, and I certainly plan to be a part of helping him realize that and helping to facilitate that, because he's kind of a genius in a lot of ways, and only a very minute part of that genius is the actual physical playing of anything. So I think he should keep creating music, and I think that a lot of people in the community will be very excited to help him do that.
Even when he's not playing in the band anymore, I want to do what I can to help him create the music that, you know, that he's still going to have in his heart and in his mind, and want to create and need to create.
I consider myself a definite foot soldier for him, and anytime he needs me to help him create something, he's got it.
Tim is going to do what he can till he can't do anymore. And when he can't do anymore, he'll still be writing music. So I don't think it's a matter of him stopping. I think it's a matter of him how he's going to express it.
Tim has been very realistic and as far as what he's able to do, and he wants Decoration Ghost to continue as a band, even though he won't be able to play in the band anymore.
It's been tough watching that, you know. I ain't lying, it's not pretty, you know. My focus right now is not on the negativity of the situation. The way I deal with the whole thing is I'm thinking about how these songs are gonna live forever, how these songs, we gotta keep pushing, we gotta keep going. And whether Tim's playing bass or what he's doing, he's always with us in those songs.
I had to give up bass after 15 years, but when I look back, I think I've got a fair, you know, a pretty good body of work between, you know, multiple bands and solo recordings and whatnot. So yeah, I hate that it's gone, but I'm very happy that I did what I did when I could do it.
You know, it sucks. It's a shame. You can't make it better, and that's the worst part on my end, is you just sit there with your hands tied and watch somebody slowly lose everything they physically love to do. And you just have to sit there and say it's okay, even though it's really not, and you just hold them and you breathe. And then you start all over again.